is going to be at the Victory Banquet Room, okay? And this is going to be January 12th from 3 to 6. Tickets at the door, $20. No, $20?
Yeah, no, $25 at the door.
$25 at the door,
Shoot,
but in
yeah.
advance, $20, okay? Call this number, and the number is 562-644-3194. Jose Pimenta, you do not want to miss this.
Listen, let me real quick before we get back into this. This brother right here, Chris, I would love for you to come through there because
I'm looking at the date right now.
Yeah, because this brother he's a professor. I believe it's up in Kentucky University. He's brother from Cuba, but he's going to tie in the whole history of the Latinos or the Mexicans and the Moors. This brother, if you don't know who this brother, look him up on YouTube, Jose Pimenta Bey, and this brother had a book called Othello's Children in a New World. That's his book. It's been out for like 10 or 15 years. But Othello's Children in the New World, the brother's fire. He's going to give it, go down on the 12th, man. Actually, we have brother Booker T. Coleman coming in March the 30th. Hiawatha Cabernet.
Yes.
Big up the brother Booker T at the KRS Unity Center. We got a lot of people coming in the Philly, LA. Go ahead.
Yo, and on one of the shows, I want to be able to give the history of where the martial arts came from.
Oh yeah, I forgot, Chris.
Man.
We got to talk about that one too, the martial arts. So we could probably bring that up too. So like I said, a lot of stuff was going down at the Sabir Bey Show.
Okay.
Let's get back to the subject at hand. We got a caller. Let's take this caller real quick, Chris. We got a call on the line. Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show.
Yo, what's good with you?
What's good?
Your boy Urban Voodoo. What's happening with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, it's all love.
Hey, Urban.
Yeah. Hey, man, all I can say is, first of all, it's an honor to even be able to call the Sabir Bey Show, to be able to say what's up to Sabir Bey and Tasha Auset, but to be able to big up Chris, the teacher.
Yes,
who
sir.
even got me into hip-hop in the first place. Definitely big up KRS One, man. Appreciate the subject matter, man. And I love how y'all talking about time and how time is something that's a figment of the imagination. We are timeless, man. And the masses need to know that.
Yes. Yeah, man. This is what the show is about, brother. We bringing it, man. We got a lot of heavy hitters coming on, man. A lot of stuff is going to be built.
You actually got listeners.
Oh, stop playing. Stop playing. You gonna go back and listen to this, huh?
Wow, yeah. Dudes are responding. Like,
listen, you gonna have listen. Bambada's listening too. He just don't call in no shows, so so he don't call in. So hey, trust me, we got listeners, man. Believe me. You'd be surprised who's listening on this show, man.
Most definitely. I also want to tell you, man, to hear about the birthday of the Prophet Noble Jew Ali on radio, man, for people to know, because they don't even talk about Noble Jew Ali in school. Man, Islam, more peace. That's some dope stuff, man.
Yes, give thanks, man. And you know what's funny? It's a documentary I did on Noble Drew Ali called The Prophet of the People. And Mos Def is in there, Bambada's in there, C. Freeman Els, and everybody's in the piece. And it's the first time it's ever been done on Noble Drew Ali. It's because nobody knows about him in history. He's before the Nation of Islam, before all of these people. And no one talks about Noble Drew Ali. But you're going to now.
Right. Well, like the Prophet says, it's the time for the great meeting of Asia.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
People are coming together, and we just got to stop falling for the illusion, man. They put these dudes with their pants hanging to their ankles on TV like, that's hip-hop. And it's like, dude, that ain't the hip-hop I knew. Hip-hop made me want to read something. The whole verse for you must learn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
my philosophy, you know what I mean? I don't know nothing that Lil Wayne talking about. I'm sorry.
Well, Chris probably going to talk about that a little bit too. But you know what's funny? Chris said, and I don't know if he remembered this a while ago, he said, the one who condemns is the one who loses. I don't know if you remember saying this, because I remember. He said, instead of condemning the guys with the pants down, just create a pair of pants with underwear connected. See how I remember? Now, I'm going to tell you when this went down. This was over 2 years ago he said this. I remember when he said this. And I believe we were in Philly, I believe he said this. See what I'm saying? So, again, this is what hip-hop, we're about here to teach. And this is what we do at the Temple Hip-Hop. Teach. Not teachers. Not teachers. Teach us.
Right. And
thanks, brother.
Teach one all the time. We're here to not only learn, but to also teach what we are learning. And, we got to bring it back to where, the rappers were poets, you know what I mean? And they wrote from a point of view of consciousness and thought.
Thank you,
and,
brother.
They'll follow us. We give them that white style. They going to change us and get right,
Thank you a lot, brother. Thank you for calling the Sabir Bey Show, brother. Stay tuned, man.
Peace out, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace, KRS One.
Peace to you. You know what? Also, and what the brother I think is alluding to also has a lot to do with self-responsibility. Like, not everybody can stand up for their people or actually speak truth to power or just speak truth, period. People can't really do that. That's not an everyday, it's not something that everybody can do. The real issue is if you can do it and you don't. Right. Those who do have knowledge that don't speak, those who have some sort of experience, some sort of wisdom that don't impart that, don't write a book or do a DVD or something like that. I mean, I would hope that this conversation inspires them. Finish that book if you're listening to us. Right. Finish that the edit of that DVD. Finish that album. Whatever.
You need to read the gospel hip hop. That's what they need to read.
Well, come on, man.
They need to read the gospel.
They're getting it right now. They're getting it right now.
Seriously, be the book. Ain't that's what you say?
This right here, Jose Pimenta
Bay,
right?
Yes.
Pimenta Bay. This is. I just wanted to go back on this real quick because when I looked at his presentation here, the origins and history of the Moors. What was real interesting was I was watching Beowulf the other day.
Wow.
And I was watching because first I was reading Beowulf because I was doing some studies on English, just the English language itself. And Beowulf is one of the early English, probably the first English poetry written. The first English epic is Beowulf, written in English, like handwritten kind of deal. One of their first manuscripts in English is Beowulf. So one of the first lines of Beowulf, and I can't even say it because it's old English. I haven't even studied it yet. But it alludes to the fact of this monster called Grendel. Grendel, basically, is this tall monster that live amongst the Moors.
Wow.
A dark-skinned monster that lives amongst the Moors. And this is Beowulf. And Beowulf's legend is how he slays the monster and the monster's mother. And they steal this goblet, this horn that they drink wine from. They stole it from the northern Moors, the chiefs of the northern Moors.
You going deep,
This
dude.
is all in the Beowulf movie.
Wow.
Now, I'm not an agent for Beowulf movie at all. Maybe I should get my percentage together.
You need to.
What struck me is when you showed me this, I was thinking of just a few days ago. I was just watching Beowulf, and I was shocked at just the inflection of what the Beowulf story is about is Beowulf killing Grendel, who lived amongst the Moors. And I was just thinking, and of course my study goes in how most of early Africans coming from out of really not even humans, like hominin humans, prehistoric Neanderthals or others, Homo erectus, Australopithecus, these people coming out of Africa, the biggest conspiracy really is the death of their history.
Yes.
Is that because and it's all misconstrued because Africans don't want to talk about early Africans being cannibals.
What you talking about, Chris?
What you talking about? The early gods. They say the early gods were 12 feet tall and ate humans. And this is like known throughout much ancient history, but we try to cover that part up.
That's not what y'all was talking about in Hidden Colors too.
No, that's right. See, wow. I gotta see. And that so it did come out. Wow,
you can tell you like
I didn't get my copy. I didn't. No, but that's exactly right. And of course the sister's referring to.
I know. I was in the first one.
The Hidden Colors, right?
I'm
trying to think of the director's name. I can't get it out.
And you know what? Thank you guys for that, bringing information to the people. You know what I'm saying? People was like, wow, now we truly know you are a true teacher. You know what I'm saying? Especially in part 2.
Teacher, yeah.
Me and my friends, after we watch Hidden Colors 1 and 2, we always sit back and converse on things. And my friend was like, at the end, KRS One, he asked that question, whatever happened to the robes? You know what I'm saying? And when we were speculating, we was like, I was like, they probably took those patches and put them in their suits. And when they go into their private meetings, they just flash, what's up? You know what I mean? But you went in deep on that
we
one.
Talking about Masonic wise?
Oh, yeah, Masonic wise.
True, man. Picture that. But another thing that they don't want to talk about, Chris, is of us holding slaves neither. That's another thing that most people of us don't realize, that the first ones were European slaves. A lot of people don't even know that. That's where the word slave Slavic come from.
Yeah.
It was the Indo-Europeans and Scandinavians. That was them. That was the first slaves. So again, this is where the whole masonry thing comes in.
Okay.
Because we sent them up in the Caucasus Mountains, and it's where you get the term Caucasian from. See, there's a whole lot of history behind it, but we must address. And this is why I'll go back to Django. He was talking about stuff that they're not talking about in the movies. Like you would see a Western, but you ain't talking about the, what was going on with our people at that particular time. You know what I mean? So they only focusing on the nigger part. You see what I'm saying? Instead of focusing on all the other elements that was in that film. You know what I mean? What he was doing, how he's going to find his wife, and the laws, the contracts, the bill of sales. And I'm like, y'all just focusing on that? Come on, get over it. Let's talk about what we did. That's why I like this movie, because I haven't seen nobody do a movie like that.
Big up to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
big up to Jamie Foxx, man, because for him to take that, and out of ignorance, people say things and they don't know. They don't know half the stuff that they're talking about,
Yeah, but a lot of times our people get to positions of power and don't do films like this. I mean, just what you was just speaking about. I mean, come on, Oprah couldn't do this. I mean, Color Purple, that's it.
You know why? Come on, stop playing. You know why? Come on.
That's it.
Come on, Chris.
This is
when are we gonna see a movie
that
that goes like beyond the pyramids? I want to see what happened before then, and when they gonna bring some heat like that? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Be honest with you. According to the evidence, it was boring. Before Egypt, they say the Sumerians were just in peace.
Oh, okay.
Like what you would see is just a bunch of us sitting around eating all day.
For real?
Just seriously, like walking down to the river. Coming back.
That's like some of the drum sessions they have out here. Just go to the drum sessions.
So they won't talk about us creating other people
that doesn't sell.
That doesn't sell. See, fantasy sells.
Oh wow. Okay.
Now we're back to what we opened up with. Right.
It's not about a salary. It's all about reality.
If you tell the truth, it ain't selling. It's not what people want to hear. And it's not even, it doesn't motivate society when you really think about it. Now think about it. That is so crazy what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You speak the truth and suddenly people are depowered. Imagine that. You speak truth and people suddenly feel depowered.
But you know what? Our people don't even want to hear the truth.
Well, let's
do this real quick. We got some young brothers in the room. Let's go to Space Dweller. What do you think about this stuff today? Let's go and hear from the young ones in here, because they don't want us. We got to pass the torch to, and that's one of the problems that we don't do is to pass the torch down to the younger ones.
What are you thinking?
Like about the music today?
The music, everything. What Chris was just talking about. The whole, I know you travel with Chris, you know the routine. You're going to get this because this is the teacher. You ain't going to get no better than that.
Yeah,
it's like, and I'm going to say this because a brother told me sitting with Chris or Bam Bada is like sitting with Barry Gordy. You're sitting with Barry Gordy right now. I'm telling you.
Gordy.
Exactly. I remember being at dinners at different hotels, and every time we eat, it would just be giving me knowledge all day.
Wow.
He's passing the torch down. So it's like people say, well, they don't want to hear this, and it's like I'm looking at you. Chris is passing this down to you and saying, look, now you take it and you do it your way, and you educate them on what is real music, what is really going on.
Exactly. And what I'm trying to do is...
No, not trying. You are.
Well, what I am doing
right.
is trying to bring this, bringing this knowledge to the new generation by, trying to kind of make music that has the newer sound to it, but that still has the message behind it. Which is, I try to preach, the unified field theory, which is, the theory of oneness, that everything is one, and knowledge itself, and, just different aspects of knowledge.
That sound like Chris, man. God darn, younger Chris. That's crazy right there, man. Hey, you was looking up something in this book. What was you looking up? You were speaking on something in this law dictionary.
I'm taking advantage of just the knowledge that's in front of me. What I'm looking at is police, the definition of police in these books.
What is that?
Because it changes. This is one of the first things that have changed. Like almost every year, the role of the police change. And it's funny. You started out with, they started out as bounty hunters, slave catchers.
Don't they come with papers and say?
Oh no doubt. Come on, you already know what that's about. And these hired thugs, basically to protect the rich. I'm just listening to that. I'm looking at that. That's why these books are out. Unrelated to what we're speaking about here, let me come back to Space Dweller.
Space Dweller in the building.
What's real interesting about Space Dweller, two things that should be looked at is the amount of family support that you get.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's the real. I want to shout moms out real quick. I just want to shout.
First and foremost.
I want to
the
shout
queen.
moms out real quick. Yeah, because she actually imagine, this is, you have a mother. I'm talking to you. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
You actually have a moms that believes in you.
Yes, and that's rare these days.
Come on, that's rare. That's rare. I didn't grow up with that. A lot of MCs coming up didn't grow up with that. We had to fight our parents to be this, to do that. Our music was noise and don't touch the turntable, that kind of thing. And although, parents, they care about their kids. I'm quite sure. I mean, you and your mom have a mother and son relationship.
Yeah, you don't even know. Moms used to MC back in the day,
yeah,
too.
No, I did know that, actually. I actually did know that. But this type of support. I bring that up because this is crucial to anybody making it anywhere. This is crucial. This is what you don't normally get. And one of the things I saw, looking. I mean, I call you Space Dweller. Trey, that we're looking at he came on board because of my son. Actually, my son and himself hooked up. It was just both trying to get their career started, doing their thing.
He's bad DJ too.
And he's trying to do his thing. I'm super critical dad. So the thing is that they came together. And it was Chris that actually wanted him to go out like that. Me, I could care less, whatever. Yeah, know. But got out there, and what it was the heart, which is so important. If you don't have courage, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't getting nothing. You could be a brainiac. You could have talent. You could have inheritance. You could have God on your side. If you don't have no courage, you're going nowhere.
Yeah.
And it took an awful lot of courage for you to do what you did. We didn't just go from here to Arizona, you know what I'm saying, like from here to, San Francisco. We went from here to Germany, from here to England, from here to, we was in the sea. We was out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. We're out there, and the normal person or normal people have cracked. They have cracked. 30, 40-year-olds had to be let off the boat. They couldn't do it. We say, oh, you can believe on tour. I mean, like, look, standing here like this, we all talking. Yeah. I'm going to go on tour. Okay, it's a 100-day tour. We're going to go from here to Canada to this place to that place, and we coming back. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm down. I can do it. Yeah. We get out there first date. Anything can happen. You go in front of people. Okay, there's 1,000 people looking. That 1,000 people. The person right here standing next to you. Yeah, I got you, my dog. Yeah. Get out there, 1,000 people.
Freeze up.
They can't think. Rhymes gone. They can't function. They don't even show up. Some don't even show up. Stuck at the hotel. I don't even want to come out the room.
Right.
I'm so good. You be like, well, you was the dude. You was lyrical dude on the corner. What happened? And what was good though was that Trey came out there and was legitimately consistent through each time. Every time he got a chance to rock, because a lot of times I would say, no, just watch me.
Right.
Stand there, watch, look, see how the crowd rocks, see what beats we throw on, see what it is. But then when he got his chance to go on, he was actually able to talk to the crowd. And this is a different thing too. I got to point this out because there's MCs listening to us. Trey was in places that didn't speak English. So there was another level of MCing we had to get to. It's not English. It's not your words that these people want. It's your character. You got to get out there and act like you the man. You the one. And, of course, he had no problem doing that. I'm quite sure his mother might have, somebody over here, So, yeah.
You got to think, none of them knew who I was, or I was up on stage, by myself. Like when he would pass me the mic, he would go out into the crowd and sign autographs and stuff. So I would be up there by myself. And even though he was in the crowd, I would still have the attention of most of the crowd who wasn't trying to get autographs.
No doubt.
Which was really a good feeling for me because, none of them knew who I was.
He had to fight. He had to fight for respect. He had to fight for respect and won the respect. I think your greatest show was the last one at Jazz Cafe in London.
Oh yeah.
That was. I mean, you came alive right there. These were, and I mentioned all of this to say, I mean, just because MCs are listening is
that's cool
as well. These are the other parts of stardom and success that you don't normally get to hear about. A mother that cares about her son, sending him off overseas to try to do something. He gets out there, these experiences, he has no idea where he is, nothing, but has to pull it off every night, has to pull it off, has to draw. And also there was a little bit of a hustle out there, because you know how I get down. When we land in a certain place, we got to come with a hustle. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
We coming up on our break, man. We
That's
got to take a
nice.
quick break real quick. You
It's
listen
that
to this
B-boy break.
Yeah, I'm going to get down to break dance.
That's right. That's that hot right there.
Chris, you did say hip hop connects us to humanity.
No
Exactly.
doubt.
Sabir Bey Show. We'll be right back after this message.
No.
Thank you for tuning into LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network, the original reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk. Stay tuned. Young Connection, your one-stop connection for all your graphic design and commercial printing needs. Young Connection is a full-service printing and media design company dedicated to providing the highest level of customer service and satisfaction. Young Connection provides swift response and rapid turnaround services for banners, brochures, business cards, letterheads, church bulletins, funeral programs, flyers, logo design, posters, and much, much more, all at an affordable price. Young Connection, the official printing company of LA Talk Live. Give them a call at 310-491-3336. That's 310-491-3336, or visit their website at www.youngconnection.com. That's www.youngconnection.com. Young Connection Printing and Media Services, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live, where it's more than just talk.
Oh, your skin looks great.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence.
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence?
Yes, it's a beauty secret used since the time of the Greeks and Romans. The spa in Malibu told me about frankincense and myrrh by Ancient Essence, and now my skin is lovely.
Well, your skin looks great.
Call Ancient Essence at 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Call 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret. Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Available at fine spas and beauty centers.
Yo, welcome back to Sabir Bey Show. Yo, y'all also can check us out on Facebook. Get at us, and if you want to advertise, sponsor, get at us at the station. Listen, this is the only place you're going to get this information. The fifth element of hip-hop, Sabir Bey Show. And don't forget, next Saturday, y'all got to come out, meet and greet Jose Pimenta Bay, the 12th. He's coming to LA. Yes, y'all don't want to miss that, man.
Yeah, I may be there though. For real talk.
I know you.
I might have to be there because it's talk on the moors, like I said before.
Oh man,
I'm gonna be there.
That's gonna be bananas, Chris.
I need to see that.
It's gonna be bananas, man. Welcome back. We got a great going back to the teacher, man. We got some current stuff that we're gonna build on because we was talking about some stuff we need to do, and we're gonna talk about the tempo of hip hop. What's going on with that, Chris?
First of all, you're showing me these books, but I can't borrow them, right?
Let me think. know, the burning the books thing. You know,
I do not lend out books, so I'm a total hypocrite for even asking.
It's like gold, man. Listen, I had books that I didn't even get back yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I tell people to invest. Listen, I always tell people invest in yourself. Buy these books.
Yeah.
Get them. I have a couple other books. We got the King Arthur's Plan. You know, I got etymology books. We got these books you can buy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But those type of books, these are cheaper than those though. We ain't giving those up, so they ain't happening.
Sabir, you know, one of the things that we need to topic on is our people reading.
Come on.
Because a lot of our people don't read, man. I mean,
we don't read. What you talking about? I do read, man. Stanley, what's them books called? Them fantasy books. We read. What are you talking about?
They read online. And that's what a new reading is. You touched on something so deep right there about reading, you know, and being able to read different things. I mean, read graffiti, read hieroglyphics or hieroglyphs. Read. Can you read?
Speak different languages. I speak 7.
He speaks 7 languages. Wow.
Parlez-vous français?
Whatever, man. I speak one.
Oui.
I speak Blanglish, whatever this thing is called. Whatever it's called, man. Blanglish. I don't know. You know. Hey, let's go back to Chris, man. What's going on, man? You say we got some current stuff going on, man?
Well, yeah, of course. You know, we all look. I thought I saw your face at the winter solstice event we had, the gathering on December 21st.
Yeah, I was there.
Right, I saw you moseying around there in the back.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm always in the cut somewhere.
This is where we start. We had a phenomenal start. As you know, December 21st, 2012 was the end of the Hopi calendar, the Egyptian calendar, the Mayan calendar. A lot of astronomers have predicted that this was the real beginning of the age of Aquarius. We've now entered a new age now with the winter solstice this last time, all the planets lined up, blah, 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 the movie 2012. Right. What we did was announce for hip-hop the birth of a new ministry. No other ministries have been birthed to our knowledge. We combed the internet, we looked around, we called. Nobody really announced a new spiritual path for the new millennium. No one has done this. We wanted to unite with other people who may have had spiritual paths because remember, these cycles of time are, well, the ones that we're following is 2,600 years, 2,600 year cycle within a 26,000 year cycle. And these cycles of time actually bring with them with the completion of each cycle brings with it new ideas, new religions, new nations are even born. So we figured this out and looked at hip hop and said, wow, take a look at this. 2013 or actually 2012, here we are alive, able, like, you know, this is the blessed age. This is the age that everybody said, you know, we supposed to have floating cars and,
I remember
you know, this is it. This is the age. All of that. This is the age of Aquarius. This is, I think the Fifth Dimension had a song on this. This was that blessed age. This is it. So what we did was we announced a new ministry there. Actually, same ministry, the Temple of Hip Hop. But we announced it as a new ministry, meaning that our press campaign went out new. But the Temple of Hip Hop basically is a hip hop preservation society. It's a ministry because we believe that the only way to preserve hip hop, not the only way, one of the sure ways to preserve hip hop is to preserve the hip hopper. For us to become hip hop, not just do it or collect it, but to become it and then preserve ourselves. If we can preserve ourselves as a culture, hip hop in its essence will be preserved because hip hop is not an object, it's a subject. And most people, when they talk about the preservation of hip hop, they approach it as an object, something to be bought or sold, traded, a book, a thing, you know, an object. When in fact, hip hop never even enters the physical world. It never. It's not of this dimension. Hip hop. It's not. You can't go to it. You can't wear it. You can't drink it. It's not here. It's not in the 3 dimensions that we live in plus time. It's somewhere else. And that's what led us to look at, well, where is this somewhere else that hip hop is? Where is it? How do we all know it psychically? We all know it. People in other countries who don't even speak English still know hip hop.
Exactly.
In essence, what is this thing that we are all engaged in? And this kind of a think tank, this kind of trying to figure out the essence of hip hop is what is called the Temple of Hip Hop.
There you go.
Now you can go a little further with that.
Let's take this caller real quick before we go.
Yes.
They dropped it? They dropped. Okay, they called back. Call back to the studio. Go ahead. Continue, Chris.
It goes a little deeper. Those that are part of the Temple of Hip Hop, because the Temple of Hip Hop basically is anywhere you are. If you say you are hip hop, then
here we go.
Between your two between your temples, I'm pointing to my head right now. Okay, you can see me, right? Okay. They call this part of your head the temple. Right. Your temple. This is where the Temple of Hip Hop actually is. It's in your head. It's right there. It could even be in your heart if you take it that further. But we do believe that if God is omnipresent and omnipotent and everywhere, then hip hop is not outside of God. So then what is the purpose of hip hop from a spiritual point of view? Why is God thinking us up? What is the point? What is why hip hop? What is this? And this then leads you down to really realize that, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I can know God through hip hop? Yeah. I can actually know the universe. I can know the mind of the universe through breaking and seeing graffiti or DJ. And the Temple of Hip Hop is here to say, oh yeah, you can. And as a matter of fact, that was the first way we met God, was through breaking or through dance, speech, body art, body movement, cave art, rock art. The four core elements of hip hop, breaking, emceeing, graffiti, or DJing, are also the core 4 elements to human existence. It's not just entertainment. Breaking, emceeing, graffiti art, cutting, mixing, and scratching. These are things that hominin humans did. These are things the first humans did to say they were human.
Where did the scratching come in back then?
That's fire. That's clothing.
Oh,
that's right. That's all that
cutting,
mixing, scratching. All of that. That's in fact, graffiti is an Italian word meaning scratch.
Graffiti is also the modernized hieroglyphics.
No doubt.
Yo, you know what's funny? I said if I ever go back to court, let me tell you, I said if I ever go back to court, I'm taking the gospel hip hop in the courtroom with me.
Okay.
You know how they say that you swear on the Bible? I said no. The Book of Revelation says don't swear. I'm gonna swear on hip hop because I am hip hop.
Right.
You know they said, what are you talking about? Chris trying to make a religion out of hip hop? It is, because if you watch basketball, football, anything, you watch it religiously. So for critics. And this is for all the critics that's out there, because I hear a lot, but they say, you be around Chris, you see this. Well, Chris trying to make a religion. It is a religion. Reline yourself back to hip-hop. That's what I would say. Right. Reline yourself back to real hip-hop.
Right.
And what other religion should you have?
Hey.
This is the point. I mean, imagine in the times that we're living right now, like the times that we're living, 2013, okay? Our Abrahams and Moseses and Jesuses, they're still walking around.
Exactly.
Like, imagine this. Like, I mean, take it back to Christianity in its first century. You know, so Jesus just died on that cross, just defeated death, just went into the right hand of God in a cloud and pillar of fire. Jesus is gone, full victory. Now here comes Paul. So Paul never met Jesus, nothing, okay? Paul gets some revelation from a horse that's talking to him. Now, Paul then says, wait a minute, this Jesus guy, this Christianity, I myself was not a disciple, but I believe on this dude right now, and here's what we need to do. We need to set up churches in these places, and I'm sending y'all letters and trying to tell y'all how to do this and this, that, and the other. Now, almost every religion on earth begins just like this. And they always begin at the beginning of a new age as well, just like we right here. The issue is, why do we not believe in ourselves? Why do we not believe in ourselves to this level? It's like, for me, I tell people all the time, I'm not really interested in hip-hop being a religion. I'm more interested in its culture, its being a nation in that sense. But your religion is your culture. Your culture is your religion. You don't separate the two. You don't have one culture but praise another God. But this is what we're doing. We have one culture, like, say, called African American.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that is. But let's just say we have a culture called African American, Afro American. Whatever. We have a black culture, let's say. Where's the God of that black culture? The God of that black culture, which may be a black woman or a cat or a monkey or a bear. I mean, like, really, like, black people, we all get together and say, listen, we believe that the bear is the ultimate symbol of God, and you kill bears, we killing you. Let's go. So now we got beef with the NRA, we got beef with this one and that one, so on, because our religious symbol is the bear, and you killing the bear, and this is the problem right here. Now, why would that be? Why is that even important? Because as silly as it may sound, as silly as it may look, your whole nation is standing on something that another nation knows you willing to die for.
In India, they do the same thing. I think the cow,
The cow.
I believe, the cow is sacred in India.
The cow is sacred. No, but they still getting bucked down, though. Big up to my Hindus out there, which y'all already know what it is.
The cow and the cobra.
You know, the cow, right. But the cow, no, but the cow is what it really is. So here's our breaking music, and just to put
yeah, because I know you got to ready to go, but
Yeah,
you come back. I don't want to, you know.
Oh, I'm definitely coming back for these books. You didn't say whether I could borrow them or not.
We're going to talk about that. Which one you want, man? Go
This
ahead.
one.
Nah, that's not mine right there, though.
Oh.
That's actually, you got to talk to the sister out there in the hallway, Karen,
man.
because this is her book right there. She will try to cut you, boy.
I don't have this.
You know what? But as a matter of fact, I'll get you the bun. I'll get you one.
I don't have this.
Okay, you can talk to her. She's in the hallway.
It's very rare to bring a book to me that I don't have.
You got this?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. You got the
I
contract
got
book?
this, and King Alfred. I don't have this.
Contract book.
And I don't have this.
We'll make sure you get it, though, bruh. We're going to get it. You can talk to the sister in the hallway. We can be right back. The teachers in the building's great. Roll. Yo, a round of applause, y'all, everybody. Listen.
Big up to you, first of all, and congratulations on this show, man. You are doing it way big.
Thank you, man.
Way big.
Thank you, man.
Everybody out there listening, send this brother some money right now. Send him money right now. If you enjoyed this conversation, support him. That's my point.
Yeah, we need our own village. We need our own village.
No doubt.
Big up to Africa Bambaataa, man. Chris, thank you, man. Peace. I see you next time. The doors are
Y'all
always
saw
open.
that, man.